In this session, let's learn about composite columns. Okay, whenever you are using the roll-up and the cube, Oracle considers each column independently whenever deciding which subtotals must be calculated. Okay, example, whenever using the roll-up of sales month, product name and city, it displays the subtotals for these combinations and each column is independent. Okay, in the same way for the cube, whenever you are doing cube of sales month, product name and the city, it calculates the combination for all these combinations. Okay, it treats each column independently and calculates the subtotal for that column. Okay, now what if we want to join multiple columns into one group? It's a cool idea, right? Yes, composite columns allow you that feature. Okay, composite columns allow columns to be grouped together so that they can be treated as a single unit and perform the necessary groupings. Okay, here you see roll up of, instead of mentioning a comma b comma c, what did we do? In the brackets a comma b and then comma c. That means this a comma b is one group and this c is one group. Okay, so whenever it is calculating the subtotals, it will calculate the subtotals for ABC, A comma B and the net total. It will not consider just A. Why? Because A and B are together. They are not individual columns. Okay, in the same way, whenever you are doing cube of in the bracket A comma B, that means this A comma B is one group, comma C, it performs only for A comma B comma C, A comma B, C and for the net total. Only for these groupings the subtotal will be displayed. It will not consider A comma C because A is not separate. A and B are together. So A and B are together. With C it already calculated. Now A is not individual, right? So it doesn't display that. B is also not individual, right? So it doesn't display with C. And B is not individual, right? So it doesn't display B. Like this, you can group multiple columns into one group and then perform a roll up or a cube function. Okay, here in this example I am performing a cube operation, and what are my two groups? You see, I grouped, you see the bracket over here, you see the sales month and the product are grouped as one group. You see the bracket here and the bracket over here. So these are one group and city is one group. It's like this is one group and this is one group. So now for these two groups it will calculate the subtotals. Okay, now let's go and check it out. So now I'll change this to cube. Okay, and I'll take this out. Okay, so let me perform a cube operation. So let me perform a cube operation. So obviously it will display for all the combinations, those 8 combinations. Okay, so now let me group the sales month and the product name together. So that is one group and the city is one group. So now let me run this. Okay, it displayed the subtotal for the first grouping, and then now here for the sales month and the product name it displayed the sales amount. If we go down, do we see any subtotals just for the sales month? No, right? Just for the sales month there are no subtotals. Do you see any subtotals just for the product name? Nope. You don't see them, right? That's true. Why? Because we combine the sales month and product name into one group. Okay, cool, right? Like this, depending upon your requirement, you can combine multiple columns into one group and then calculate your subtotals. Okay.